watching Coin 6 News at 6. Watching out for you.
A shock at Buoy Beer Company in Astoria just yesterday. Much of the restaurant falling into the Columbia River. The images telling a dramatic story. It's 6 o'clock here on Coin 6. I'm Elizabeth Din.
I'm Jeff Gianola, and thankfully no one was hurt. But that sudden collapse comes as a huge surprise to the community.
Buoy Beer just collapsed into the river.
Yeah, I'm en route off of Warrenton.
So right now the concern, finding out whether or not the 90-year-old building could collapse even further. Our Brendan Thompson was out in Astoria today finding out more about the impact the collapse is going to have on the city heading into a busy summer season.
It's not just an economic impact this beer company has, but a cultural one as well. So many people have come to get a look at this collapsed building, and now the town is trying to make sure that the roof doesn't collapse for this staple on the riverfront. An anchor to Astoria's waterfront.
It's part of our, community. It's been a building that's been around for years.
From cans of fish to cans of beer, Buoy Beer Company has been part of a changing tide of industry on the coast.
Brewing is one of our economic activities, and Buoy is one of those businesses that employs a good number of folks in Astoria.
None of those employees were in the brewery when it collapsed. It happened just after 6 Tuesday evening. Astoria police, the fire department, and the Coast Guard responding.
Buoy Beer just collapsed into the river.
Honestly, don't see a lot of building collapses. It definitely can be a very dangerous situation because you don't know how stable the building is.
Astoria's Fire Chief Dan Crutchfield says that's still the case today. The city working with the owner to inspect the scope of the damage, the areas of the building affected, and what repairs will take.
In the grand scheme of things, this is a devastating event for our community and for the owners of the business, but it could have been much worse.
It's one of the better known businesses in Astoria.
Buoy Beer is a really great place, and it's a place you always end up bringing people from out of town.
And this town is determined, Estes says, to not let Buoy sink.
We want to be able to do all we can to be able to assist them in their repair and rebuilding process, to be able to continue to be making beer
and continue making memories. Estes tells me the pilings underneath these buildings along the waterfront are inspected and repaired regularly. I spoke to a structural engineer who says there are several factors that they are considering. He's not working on this project, but it could be the water level, it could be the tides. That investigation could take some time. Reporting in Astoria, Brandon Thompson, Coin 6 News.
Well, there's more seismic activity shaking things up.